Welcome back, everybody. We have some wonderful news.
Dude,
We have found
I'm so excited, dude. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. Just say it. Just say it.
we finally landed on a new podcast name. And you can see it on the screen. We're going to be calling ourselves the Joe Rogan Experience. And this has a lot of sentimental value to us because um Zed's uncle who gave his kidney to him, his name is The. So we decided to have that in our podcast name. And yesterday, some guy paid for my McDonald's meal. His name was Joe Rogan. So we decided to name the podcast after them, after these very special moments that we had in our life. So
Hell
the
yeah,
Joe Rogan
dude.
experience is, I think it fits us pretty well.
Yeah, we didn't want to call it the Joe Rogan podcast because I don't know, podcast is just so used, you know. So let's
Mm-hmm.
call it something else, experience, because this is an experience of a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I've been messaged by our multiple fans we have saying, "Hey, Stumble and Zed, you guys were my first sexual experience while watching the podcast." So we wanted to shout out that guy too. Thank you.
Dude, it's so great that we can build this because of our community, because so much people help us build this. Like, it's not just me and Stumble behind the scenes. There's also my four cats, the turtle that keeps living under my bed,
A turtle.
the turtle that keeps living under my bed. It does let me sleep. The homeless guy that get paid for the Stumble's meal. My uncle called there. I don't know why my grandma called him that. I think he's just hazing.
Dude, you know what I fucking forgot to do?
Oh, what?
After we paid the fucking people to make our logo and we paid for the website and we changed our YouTube channel name.
Oh,
I don't
right.
think we ever Googled if someone else has this fucking name.
Oh, shit. Dude, we already paid for everything.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure I don't think anybody's ever had this name. Give me a second.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit, man.
What? Welcome, everyone. Welcome all to the weekly salvation. The bread and wine that you hope to receive every week. The Rebranding podcast.
Yeah, boy.
With my good boy here, Stumble, and me, Sedaku. You can call me Sed, though.
Sadaku Zero.
Dude,
Welcome to the
shut the
podcast.
fuck up. Do not call me that. That's my full name.
Welcome to
That's
the
my
podcast.
full legal name. Thank you, man. Glad to be here again with you.
Yeah, we're gonna have you on the podcast this week. I'm pretty sure we all online have been seeing those crazy snippets that just happened a few days ago. I think it was like 2 days now, where the CEO of TikTok went against who was it against?
Oh, the Capitol Hill.
Capitol Hill, the ones in charge of our, or
I mean,
at least
it's
mine.
yours.
What?
Yeah, it's yours.
Yeah. What are they in charge of?
I mean, it's the Congress, man.
Yes, Kangaroo.
Yeah.
And I don't know. How many of the clips have you seen, but every time I get one, bro, I get like a headache of how fucking stupid they are. Like they literally ruin my pooping experience because that's when I'm mostly on TikTok. Like, what a ruin a man's shit. Like, goddamn, have some compassion.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's amazed me that these people have those jobs and they don't take it seriously like one bit. Like,
That's shit. And
I think the clip that run around the most is like when does TikTok have connection to the Wi-Fi?
does everyone access my home Wi-Fi? Yeah.
Yeah, can TikTok access my home Wi-Fi? It's like, what? The guy, the CEO, looks so perplexed. It's like, I mean, you need an
Wi-Fi
internet.
to get into
Yeah,
the app.
you need internet to access TikTok. So yes, like what?
Yeah, some of the questions they asked, I feel like a third grader could have answered for them. Like, not
Mm,
including that one. They also have like, how do you know the age of your users? We asked them when they make the account, and we could also tell by looking at their profile. That's creepy. Like, bro, what do you want them to do? The one that got me shaking my head was like, bro, you're so fucking stupid. Was the one was says, oh, wait, TikTok has facial recognition that could sense the dilation of the pupil when watching content to put into the algorithm. No, the only time we use face recognition is for the little sunglasses filter to track the eyes. Oh, why do you need to do that? It's a fucking filter. Like most of this shit, I don't know. I'm getting a headache just thinking about how stupid they are. It's like talking to a fucking 3-year-old and try to explain math to you. Like, come on, man. Grow up. Change your diapers. It's not that hard.
yeah, it makes me think these guys are just making a spectacle of things.
I'm pretty
Like
sure that's
this,
exactly what it is.
like this whole TikTok thing was just because it's China. It's just because it's China. I mean, the US have no problem copying all the practices that China has. But when
Hmm.
China does it and they're more successful than them, they're like, you know what? I don't like your attitude, mister.
I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
That's definitely what it is, because they don't have a problem with fucking Facebook doing that shit to us, selling all our fucking things. Well, you know what I mean? And my speculation is, I feels like 30% is it being China, and the other 70% is that they're not making money off of the app. You know what I mean? Like, there was that one old fuck who was mad, like, when am I gonna get paid? When am I gonna get paid for the data you sold? Like, it just goes to show is all they care about is money. It's just because they can't control the people who made the app, and they're not making a single dime off of it. It's fucking despicable.
Yeah. And then the TikTok CEO said that they have a project in hand that they're gonna implement in the future called Project Texas. They're gonna move all the data they're collecting for all the US users to the US. A team in the US is gonna manage that, it's gonna collect that, and it's gonna storage that.
Yeah, I
And
saw.
and
What?
then that sounds like a solution, a good solution. But then they are like no, that's not gonna work, and it makes me wonder why. Why is that not gonna work?
Because they just want full control of it. And that's
Exactly.
why Donald Trump tried to buy it back when it was popping during the pandemic. They just want to have full control over everything that the people see. Because if they're not allowed to control what we see, because another country controls it, then we get to see, like, I don't know if you ever saw it. There was like a blackout in Washington. Like, no one was allowed to, like, I don't know if it was a hoax or not, but like if it was real, then it goes to show is like they won't be able to hide stuff like that. Like, there was like mandatory curfews in Washington. There was like blackout. They were trying to black out all the information coming out of Washington with the civilians. I have no idea if that was real, but it's just like an example. Like, that's something that they could control over the population, and they're not allowed to, or they're not able to because of TikTok, because it's the biggest social media platform now.
Mm. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Like a control. They want TikTok to relinquish full control to fucking the US or just beat it. But at this point, I actually think that at this point, TikTok has gone too far. They are too big of a beast to be tackled. So they want to just outright ban it in the US.
Well, what do you mean they've gone too far? Like, just like in size, or what do you mean?
Yeah, in size. They are too
Mm.
big of a titan.
I mean, 100 million users
Yeah,
is
in the
fucking
US, just in the
in the
US.
US is crazy. You know, like I think it took Facebook years to even hit that. Instagram took years. Even Google took them years to hit 1 million. These motherfuckers did it in a week. Not literally, but you know.
No, yeah, in a really short period of time.
Yeah. It just what's the word?
What were you
Um
looking for?
I don't know, forget about it. But do you think this is more like you think if it was another country they'd be trying to go as hard as they're going in with China? Because I feel like China and the US always butted head when it comes to like anything.
Mm, I think it's just because the history of the countries more than anything. I
It's,
mean, it's no secret. The Chinese, powerful Chinese people have influence in the US, and US very financial US people have influence in China, but
mhm.
they still treat each other like they cannot trust. There is no trust to be had. They are both enemies, and at the end of the day, they're going to war. Like there's all of they can think of. It's not that China is creating one of the most popular apps to ever exist. Is China is planning something, and we gotta stop them because we're the good guys.
Yeah, we're the good guys, quote unquote.
Yeah, of course, man. Like, what else can it be? Because when I think of TikTok, I purely think of first of boring fucking videos that everyone shares and then reenacts,
Hmm.
misinformation, and political propaganda. Like
That's true.
In the US, it's not fucking innocent about these issues because the US have put some tons of fucking propaganda in the app, military propaganda to people to
Yeah.
join the fucking military.
What do you mean? We would never do that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's just individual people that are working on themselves. They're making TikToks while being in military clothes and shit
Outfit.
like that. There's individual users. There's no way the US is paying them.
Sir, this is called freedom of speech. Okay. It's funny that during the hearing, one of them used the "This is America," freedom of speech. We're allowed to say what we want, while they're trying to censor an app. Like,
Bro.
you good?
Hmm. No, I was
Oh,
about to say that's true. That's so
I
true.
thought you got attacked by a monkey coming through your window.
What? Bro,
Nothing.
it's not monkey season.
Do you guys have monkey season where you live?
No! my country is too cold to have monkeys in.
I don't know where you live, man. If I'm being honest. I know you say I know you say it sometimes, but I always forget.
Yeah,
You live
don't
in
worry,
like
it's okay.
Canada or something? The land of the monkeys.
A little bit below that.
Oh, okay. West
Yeah.
Virginia.
Close.
Anyway,
Okay, that's closer, actually.
yeah. Like I don't know, man. I live in the U.S. and I wouldn't say I don't know if it sounds privileged enough. Like I've dealt with racism growing up, but I've never. I personally like my parents have dealt with like hate crimes, but I like have never been a witness to it or have it done on me, right? But I would say is that I don't want to live in the U.S., right? Because I also feel like they don't care about their citizens with all these like they're barely starting to ban food that could cause harm to their citizens. Like they're letting companies get away with so much that could cause harm to their people, and like they don't care, right? I'd rather move somewhere that prioritizes their people rather than like individuals who run the country, right? And if you think about it, this whole capitalist fucking system does not work because like the 1%. Right? There's like one fucker who owns. What's that? Have you seen that picture of like brands that are owned under one brand that are owned under a different brand?
Yeah, I seen that picture. And that's the what is this mythological creature called that you cut one head and two more appear?
Hydra?
Yeah, those are brands. They're fucking hydras, dude. Like they
Yeah.
chill themselves with all these different fucking brandings. Like, oh, for example, you find a new cereal bar, going to the supermarket, and this looks nice, and you try it out. And then you're wondering, oh, I wonder who made this, and you see this brand that you never seen before, and it's hitting the fucking shelves of your local supermarket, and that's strange because to get into the supermarket is a big thing to do. It's difficult. It's not something
Yeah.
like one random motherfucker can do in a day, you know. And then you start
Yeah.
to go deep, and you find that this brand is actually a little branch of a bigger brand, and that bigger brand that you knew actually is a branch of another bigger brand that fucking makes corn syrup and shit like that. And at the end of the day, there's so little people that control so fucking much. That is true. Capitalism doesn't work when people get too greedy.
Mm-hmm.
Because, wanting to have a little more for yourself is not such a bad sentiment when you are not sleeping in a mountain of gold. Like when you see a guy getting, I don't know, fucking food stamps, and you think to yourself, look at this fucker. It didn't work for any of that. Why should I give him money? When you're quite literally eating gold, dude.
Exactly. They don't give a fuck about the individual, more about the. I know it's exaggerating, but they only care about the 10 people who own everything. It's kind of still like what's that word? What's the political system when there's kings and queens?
Oh, monarchy.
Yeah, it's still like a monarchy, but just like with fancy bells and whistles. They make you think that you have it's like a multiple choice, but it's just like one fucking dude who owns everything. I know that's exaggerating, but like I'm just using it as a fucking example. Like if you Google who owns Dasani, right? Coca-Cola, right? Hold on, let me just make sure.
Yeah, we don't want to be wrong in this podcast. I mean, we never are, so.
Like Dasani's owned by Coke. Coke is owned by Disney. Who the fuck owns Disney? Like it's just like a rabbit hole. Like
Yeah.
Coke owns Fanta, Surge, Sprite, Coke, Dasani, Minute Maid, Zico, Mellow Yellow, Simply, Powerade, Fairlife, Smart Water, Glacier, a lot of different shit. Vitamin Water, right? All of those under one company, Coke, right? And then Coke is owned by Disney. And then what brands does Disney own? Like a shit. Holy fuck! Oh shit! I googled it, and so many things came up.
Yeah,
Google owns, not Google. Disney owns a lot of shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
It's
definitely
just a
scary.
bigger fucking rabbit hole. And then one person owns all of those companies.
Yeah, and we go to the thing that capitalism works when that thing how is this word? Monopoly. When monopolies
Monopoly.
doesn't exist, it's a free market. You
But
should
it
be able
does.
to. Yeah, but I'm saying, capitalism works when monopoly doesn't exist because that hurts the free market. But in legally speaking, you can buy the other companies. That's the free market. If you see someone, I don't know, making, I invented this dope ass fucking a new drink, and then Coca-Cola comes by and that's like, oh, this is a really sick drink. I will buy your fucking whole company and all the percentages. I don't know, by $100,000. And the mom and pop that fucking made that drink are like, oh, this is the dealer of lives. And then Coca-Cola proceeds to make fucking millions out of that drink and barely gives them any royalties.
Despicable, nasty motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean that's happened before. That's still gonna happen. Every
Push.
every person that wants to like build a brand for themselves, if they're not
Mm-hmm.
influencers like with a following that they
Yeah.
can rely on, they're probably gonna sell.
Yeah,
Like,
you're bought out.
yeah, and that's a smart move. Don't get me wrong. Like if
Yeah.
you're starting I don't know anything, and then a bigger company comes out and say, "Yo, I want to buy you out. How much?" And you give them a
Yeah.
certain amount that you know your company can make more, but this flat amount is gonna help you like in the next 20 years to build a far better future for you and your family. Of course, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna take it. You know,
Yeah.
because that's immediate money.
Mm-hmm. And it's all about just living a comfortable life. If you're gonna get bought out, right? Might as well sell it for everything. But
Yeah,
then you just end up screwing over a lot more people, you know, because you're no longer in the rat race. Now you just got bought out, and you're just making other companies bigger, which is fucking gross. Because people in charge just make the laws to help benefit their rich friends. Like I think we were talking a few days ago. We're playing Vermintide. How we think people in Congress or the Supreme Court, I forget who, shouldn't be allowed to do stock market because
oh
they could
yeah,
just manipulate and set regulations to boost those stocks that they own, and it's not fair, right? Like I've seen multiple people talk about how they copy Nancy Pelosi's portfolio when it comes to stocks because she knows what the fuck's going on, and if she sells a week before a deal goes out, then we already know the results of the deals, and we really know what to sell because of her, right? It just it's not fair.
yeah. It's definitely not fair.
I feel like this country is all about stepping on the little guy and just trying to get ahead. Where I feel like at some certain point, once you make a certain amount of X dollars, what the fuck do you want to keep getting more rich for? Right? What's the point of having billions of dollars? Know what I mean? Like people should feel like content once you hit like 5 million. I think 5 million would be like, okay, I'm rich enough, right? Like you have
Dude,
a lot of money.
even 1 million is you're already rich enough. How the fuck are you gonna spend 1 million living a normal life? You know?
Yeah. Buying a house is like more than 1 million now, but shit's crazy. And they didn't even raise our minimum wage to make more money because it's gonna
Yeah,
hurt the economy. But let me go ahead and fucking buy out these companies for millions of dollars. That makes sense.
yeah, dude. Let me, like, let me buy out all these companies, raise the price, and inflate the prices,
Yeah,
and
that's gonna work.
inflate the economy my way. But
Yeah,
not don't let the little guy get money.
yeah,
Why would you do that?
and the stupidest counter to that argument is, oh, we can't raise minimum wage because then everything else is gonna be more expensive if you raise it. Shouldn't that be an indication of how badly the system is? If we're gonna have to, if we let the poor people not be poor, we have to raise it so they can stay poor. How the fuck is that not a problem?
Yeah, that's so bizarre.
So, say a random island spawns out of the nowhere, said right, and,
Spawns, just pops in.
someone goes into creative mode and makes a new island, a new continent, right?
Okay.
And then they're like, okay, I'm gonna draw the lottery. Whoever names comes out of here, everybody's name from the whole world is in this little ball lottery, right? And if your name is called out, you're gonna be the president or the ruler, the emperor, whatever the fuck you want to be, the dictator. You're gonna have to own it, all right? And say your name is picked out of the lot. How would you run your country?
Uh, you know what I will do? I will be really into not green powers, into nuclear power, and have cities be sparse out. Because in my country there's a big problem that everything is in the middle. The capital has like 45% of the total population, and you have seen my country. It looks like a noodle, so you can imagine the amount of people that live here. It's fucking crowded as shit. And the other regions, we go by regions, not states. It's basically the same, but it seems we are the full country goes by the same laws, so we don't have like different state laws per region. We just have the same laws everywhere. So the way I will do it that way, with just regions and laws that apply everything to everyone, because having different laws in different sectors just seems messy and unnecessary.
Wait,
And
they have different laws, like different laws per town?
No. In your country you do.
Oh, I thought you were talking about yours.
Different costs by laws by state.
Yeah. I know that. But I thought you meant like.
No, I specifically clarify that that we don't do that in my country.
Oh, sorry, I must have fucking misheard.
I just tell you, we don't have different laws per region. All the laws are equally applied in every single region. Of course, like with the exception if you have money. Of course, if you have money, you can just kill people and get away with it.
Romania?
But I will do not a centralized country. I will sparse every resource out. I will have a really strong emphasis on having good internet connections to everyone, so everyone can stay connected. Because at the end of the day, everyone just uses internet. Even your grandma and your grandpa at this point already are using internet.
So would you say internet would be free, or do you think people should still pay for it?
No, I think I will have a fixed rate in the internet.
Really?
Because okay. I don't like these companies having a rat race. Like this fixed rate will go up like every 6 months, but also everything will be. Because inflation is inevitable. I mean, I don't want to close borders. Some rich motherfucker is gonna come in my country, try to buy everything, the most expensive everything, and try to have a say in everything. That's gonna happen. Like that happens in every country. Like a lot of people in the US right now are moving to, if I'm not mistaken, Costa Rica, because the taxes.
Yeah.
But they are buying out
Puerto
Rico. But they're buying so much land, and they don't apply the same taxes to them, so it's just nuts. So I will that's gonna happen. Some rich motherfucker is gonna come to your country and try to, like, oh, how much this house cost, and you tell them, oh, it's a fixed rate, every house costs the same, and it's gonna be like, actually, can I buy it for double the price? So
can I buy this whole lot?
Yeah, the whole lot. So the houses next to me go up in price. Yeah, I will totally cancel that. Like, dude, everything has a fixed price that goes up every 6 months. That's the only way that prices can go up. And there's gonna be an investigation beforehand. Like, oh, for example, why is your granola bar going up 50 cents? And you'll say, oh, because our production is doing this. You guys selling this much thing. We have this much people that we have to pay. Blah 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 blah. And if it makes sense at the end, we're gonna be like, fair enough. Raise the prices to the price you have set.
Yeah.
And also, you know what I will do? Something that the US doesn't fucking do, and it's so fucking annoying. You know what I will do? When you buy something, the taxes is on the price, dude, not in the fucking checkout line. When you buy something for fucking $5 and you go to the fucking checkout, you know how fucking annoying it is? Oh, it's actually $5.60, so you have to pay more. Why, dude? Why don't you tell me that it's gonna be $5.60 from the start? Because the price is not gonna change, dude. Even if I have a coupon, you're gonna still charge me that fucking $0.60 anyway. So what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, they have that in certain states, but yeah, that doesn't make sense. I hate going to California for that reason. Like, whatever you buy, like, say you're buying a PS5, right? You get $500. You have to save up even more money just to pay the state tax. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. So I would definitely have that. And I will have a strong, very, very strong initiative in farming.
Like everybody farms, or like
Not
Or
everybody, but the people who want to dedicate themselves to farm, like cattle, vegetables, even seeds, I will pay them. I will like give them a head start.
I feel like people, for like example, I feel like it'd be a good idea, like in the United States, how farming is really important, especially in California. But there's also struggling farms. I feel like it should be on the government to provide people who provide food for their citizens to provide them free homing, so they can solely focus on the farming to make sure everything's good, everything's up to code. Because they have to
Yeah,
struggle and be like, oh, I gotta pay bills, this and this. As your country, as a government, I feel like you should take care of the people who are trying to help and maintain your country, right? Like,
exactly. But what my emphasis in farming will be having the people at head starts, helping them, but also I want to tackle exportation. I don't want to export as much. I want the products that we made here to be used here, and we
mm-hmm.
if we make more than we can hold, then yeah, we're gonna sell them. And also one thing, I know this is a touchy subject to many people, but I don't want big slaughterhouses.
Like
Like
animals.
yeah, and it's not the reason that I care about the animals. No, fuck that. Food is food. Fuck you. They
Yeah.
contaminate so fucking much that I don't want that I want meat to be like a luxury, dude.
So
Like
what? Like say for example, like each town should have their own farm that provides food for just that town, or like what do you mean?
yes, actually.
Because then you gotta think about it. What if it gets contaminated? Then that whole town would be out of like resources.
Yeah, but that's the thing about exporting. Because if every town is not making enough for them, it's making more than enough. But if one town, I don't know, for example, one meat house gets a fucking chemical problem for whatever reason, and it has to be shut down, and they don't have meat for like 6 months until that issue is resolved, then the other towns, they have more meat than they can handle. They're gonna pass that meat into them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a greater sense of community. Because I
Okay.
think that's something that is lost in capitalism. Because in capitalism, you only worry about you. You are in a rat race, dude. Everyone
Yeah.
is. You either go into a straight line, no matter how people you have to trample with to pass that red line. If you don't make it, you end up in the streets. That's that simple.
Yeah.
And I
Uh,
want this a sense of community. Like, oh, dude, our neighbors are really fucked up this month because I don't know, my fucking neighbor that works in construction got hit by a fucking bus and he cannot work no more. Let's help them.
mm,
That rarely happens in the U.S. because everyone is so focused about, and in my country too, because everyone is so focused. Like I have to make ends meet because this country
yeah.
is fucking tough to live in, so I have to worry about myself. Fact, that guy, he has his own problems. Now my
Yeah.
problem,
So you want more like help your neighbor kind of
yeah, I
thing
want a
going on.
helping neighbor kind of country, and also I want um just a greater sense of community, a self-cultivating food, because I think that's important.
Food culture, build it on culture. I get.
Yeah, I want kids to understand that the chicken nugget you're eating is not what it seems. Like you have to kill a chicken to get that nugget. If
I mean,
you're,
not in McDonald's, it's like sludge and shit.
I mean, it's still chicken sludge. Like it's chicken anyway. Like
I mean, I
I get it.
guess.
I get it. Like everything that didn't work for meat is gonna get liquefied and then made into a nugget. But
Mm-hmm.
it's meat. It's meat at the end of the day. And I think people have already forgotten where meat comes from. Have you ever killed an animal, Somo?
No.
Well, you seem so offended by the question.
I've never killed an animal. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Besides like eating food, I guess that counts as me killing animals. um,
Yeah, but
have you
man,
ever killed an animal?
hell yeah, dude.
What have you killed?
Chicken.
Oh, you do. You have a chicken farm, right?
No, dude, that was a meme. I live in the
Oh, really?
city. I live in the city, dude. There's no chickens nearby. No.
I swear I hear chickens in the background of your calls.
No, my mom is from the south of my country, and they have a really big like farming culture. So
Mm-hmm.
my mom is used to it, and all my aunts and uncles are. I mean, my from that side of the family. And when I was little, I one day with one of my uncles because he hunts a lot. I
Yeah,
was like I never fired a shotgun because he has
I've
one
always wanted
for
to go
hunting.
hunting.
Yeah, I was like, Uncle, I never fired a shotgun. Can I fire a shotgun? And he was like, he was like the typical bad uncle. He like looked everywhere, like to see if everywhere was any other adult was nearby. He was like, aim at that chicken.
That's crazy. That's funny as fuck, man. How did you end up shooting the chicken with your
Hell
shotgun?
yeah, dude!
The shit exploded?
I didn't explode like the way I was expecting. It just a lot of feathers and a thin red mist.
Really?
Yeah,
No blood splatter?
no.
Oh, that's kind of lame. So you're saying video games aren't
Well,
realistic?
do you expect like the chicken to fucking explode, and all the feathers just went out, just a perfect fucking chicken, naked chicken in the ground?
Yeah, I did.
Damn, dude, goodbye
Okay,
news.
that's cool, man. All my uncle ever did for me was try to drown me as a little kid. Man, you got lucky.
Man, why you gotta bring shit like that?
I've always wanted to go hunting. I remember in elementary school, since I grew up in a predominantly white people state, kids would always be like, "Oh, we won't be coming to school. It's hunting season. We go hunting with my dad or my uncle." I'm like, damn, that's kind of cool. I want to shoot a gun, but the only time I've ever shot a gun was in the desert with my dad and uncle. That they saw a coyote coming to us, right? So they shot at it, and then they let me and my sibling shoot at it too, which was pretty funny. We didn't hit it, you know. Never shot a gun, but I thought that experience was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's definitely funny. So going back to it because we fucking go wild. What would you do if you were the absolute ruler of an island, new island that just spawned?
All right, all bad bitches belong to me. Realistically speaking, I would try to implement a system kind of like communism, where make sure all citizens live good and equal. And that wouldn't mean that there wouldn't be rich people, because obviously rich people do exist in communist countries, right? If the U.S. didn't stop intervening and killing them,
Of course, of course.
I'd implement a system where make sure that everybody lives well. You know, they all have their needs. Like everybody has food. Because in the U.S., we have, people are starving not because we don't have enough food. It's because they don't have enough money to buy food, right? So I would there's like certain things that should be free, in my opinion, right? Like
Yes.
everybody needs electricity, everybody needs the internet, everybody needs water. I feel like all those utilities should come free, right?
Oh, pause. I think you're roboting a little.
Hello?
Okay, you're.
Oh, it sound good now?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Editor, cut that out. Welcome back to the Rebranding
Shut
podcast.
the fuck up.
um, where was I?
Big booty
Uh,
bitches.
No, I was talking about things should be free. Like there's certain things that need to be free and people don't have to pay for, right? And electricity, water, and internet. Those are things that we can't live without, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put heavy regulations into the environment staying clean. I like how Japan, if you go to Japan, their cities aren't littered with fucking filth, like littering. So, you know how we have like convicts and prisoners? Obviously, every country's gonna have prisoners, right? Because humans are humans and they'll do fucked up shit. I want to have it that these motherfuckers have to clean like the cities and shit. I will have it that I'm just trying to make a fucking place where people can grow up safely and don't have to struggle. I'll also have it that like the work week is like the work week here is like 40 plus hours or something like that. I definitely lower it so people only have to work 4 out of 7 weeks. I mean four 4 out of the 7 days of the week. 4 to the 7 days a week, just so they can have time to like chase their ambitions and dreams, right? I feel like this would have like a good impact on like depression and mental illness because people are too focused on the rat race, like we keep saying, and trying to pay bills, save money, that they stress themselves out and go into a depression or go into uh, a lot of other stuff. And if we
Mm-hmm.
can have it that we can give our citizens time to figure out who they are and what they want to be in life, I think that'd be a good, improvement to people. I'm definitely more focused on the individual having a nice life. Like it saddens me that old people still work because they can't. They don't have a retirement fund, the 401k, the social security shit, because they're like they could be illegal or they were poor or they never went into savings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people at a certain age shouldn't be struggling. And I don't know if it fucks up. I don't know if I should say or it's fucked up for me to say. Is I definitely do agree with Japan where they have that law that when you're a certain age you're not allowed to be overweight anymore. Like they put you into a program to lose weight just so you can have a longer and healthier life. I don't know if that's fucked up to me to say, but I do believe that's something the United States needs because there's a lot of fucking
I
obese
mean,
people.
that's a little bit too controlling, I would say.
I mean, I can see it's controlling, but I
I
feel like it's
understand. I understand the
yeah.
sentiment is good. Like, yeah, we want you to have a healthier life and live long. But I don't know, man. I feel like that's a little bit too controlling.
Yeah, it could be too controlling, but you also gotta hold a hand of some people because some people are fucking stupid.
But I understand that. But why not therapy? Why not make the people land in that understanding and do them for themselves rather than that, yo, or either you do this or you go to jail and you do this anyway.
Shit, I don't know, man. Fuck them.
You know
This is
what?
my country, man.
You
This is
know
my
what?
country. I
Fuck
didn't
'em.
butt into yours.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's it. You're banned from my island. Fuck
No,
out of here.
fuck. I
Yeah,
wanted
but yeah,
some big
I
booty
do see the
bitches.
part where it could be too controlling, and also like I'm not saying people who are just like chubby or like a little overweight. I'm not saying they're forced to. I'm talking about the motherfuckers who are like 300 pounds. Like people who are like considered like way over the line. I'm not trying to say I'm fat phobic, but like
But you
that's
are.
way too huge. I am.
I'm not saying that I'm fat fucking, but I am. Yeah, you are. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
understandable.
sure.
That some line it's understandable because this that's definitely health issue and people's lives on the line. So I understand the sentiment.
Hmm. Or maybe eating habits. Maybe educate people on bad eating habits and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's something that dude, that's something that a lot of people need.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching Moist Critical the other week, and
Mm-hmm.
there's this goofy ass dumbass fucking lawsuit going on. That in the US, the FDA, the Food Regulations shit,
Mm-hmm.
it's wants to ban the word healthy
What?
from the cereal brands that are not healthy. You
Oh
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we talked about it, didn't we?
No, we didn't. Dude,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this is a critical video that came out like 3 days ago.
Really? I haven't seen it, or maybe I just saw it somewhere.
Yeah, maybe you forgot.
No, I didn't watch the Moist Critical one. If he had one, because I would remember. I think I saw it on TikTok that they're being labeled with healthy on like K cereal, where in reality they're really fucking bad for you. But in
Exactly.
general, cereal is bad for you. Like a bunch of syrup, cornstarch syrup, or whatever the fuck it's called, and carbohydrates in them. It's like super unhealthy. And like I'm saying, sometimes people need to get their handhold and be like, "Hey, stupid, this is bad for you."
Yeah, but don't you think the problem lands when you have a system that allows
Oh,
such products to exist?
yeah, I think that is a problem.
For example, we can all agree that fucking Captain Crunch is not healthy.
On God,
That is not a part of a healthy breakfast. That's candy. That's straight up
yeah.
candy. Just use candy. That's candy that you can put milk over and crunch it. That's just
Mm-hmm.
candy. But
Candy.
it's not labeled as candy. It's not labeled
Milk
as a snack. It's
milk
labeled
in general is also unhealthy.
yeah, these products are labeled as part of a healthy breakfast. And that's what the FDA wants to ban. But all these cereal companies came out of the fucking waters, put out a lawsuit, and say, "No, this is our freedom of speech. We're allowed to say this."
We're allowed to lie.
Yeah, even though yeah, that's freedom of speech, not freedom of lying, dude.
Like it's kind of like the same thing when people are like, oh, I want to leave Twitter because this is freedom of speech. They're not allowing me to say what I want." Motherfucker, you're not doing freedom of speech. You're doing hate speech. It's two very fucking different things.
Yeah, dude, you just bought Twitter Blue to post 400 fucking characters of the N word, and you got banned for it. That's not freedom of speech. Like, what do you mean? So
Son pendejos.
I always find that so funny. Like, people try to get away with the most stupid shit and try to take the intellectual like getaway. Like, oh, you guys hate freedoms. I cannot speak my mind here. Like,
Yeah, a
bitch.
bunch of Americans are stupid,
Dude.
as you know. As you know,
I mean, I'm not just
I'm
Americans. I will say a lot of fucking people are stupid. Also, you're lagging the fuck out. Hello, Stumble?
yeah.
Now I can hear you again.
My cat came back up here. Let me push it off. Get out of
Poor
here.
kitty.
Her electric magnetic field is ruining my podcast.
Yeah, I told you not to buy a cyborg cat.
Fuck that. I hate him. I hate my cat. She's ugly and she's a racist. What we talking
Wait,
about?
why would your cat be a racist? I mean, we're just talking about the cereals and the banning of the words and the company cereals and not wanting to ban them because that's freedom of speech. And we are just saying that that's not freedom of speech.
I'm just saying is the United States has a top at tops 10 more years before. Get out of here, Mercy. Tops has like 10 more years of existing. I feel like things are boiling up more over here.
I mean, I just want a peaceful resolution, you know? Maybe let's hope for the best. The US realizes their mistakes and they try to fix it. Or the people do a revolt and no life is lost, no blood is spilled, and
Nah,
you
man,
and
and
they
blood
can.
needs to be shed. At least 12 gallons of it.
No, dude, I'm serious when I say this. There is no good that can come when you pave your path with blood. Even if your revolution is righteous, there are some people that we get affected, and people, and as well as we know, people hold grudges for a long time. People like vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone is forgive and forget. Fuck that. Some people really want blood, and some people cop these fucking movements to just fight, dude, to just cause revolts. That's something sad because some people try to do good in the good way, and these people, these fucking parasites, just come along and hijack the whole movement, and that's sad, dude.
Do you think the United States is gonna go at it with Mexico when they join BRICS?
I think both countries are so different. I mean, maybe, I don't know. It's
You don't
hard to
see a problem.
predict.
You don't see a problem with them joining BRICS, or do you not know what BRICS is?
I mean, I think joining BRICS is joining forces, right?
Yeah, like NATO, right? Like you know what NATO is, right?
Oh yeah, the stupid ass alliance they have in Europe, right?
Yeah, but BRICS is the alliance that China and Russia have with other countries. And
Oh,
the president of Mexico was talking about that they're interested in joining BRICS.
oh yeah, you sent me a video about that. About Mexico wanted to join them,
Yeah.
and the president of Mexico was like, "Hey, qué pasa, cabrones?" Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, it's surprising every time a Mexican people speak in Spanish. That song came out of nowhere.
Yeah, we have a. It's our ringtone.
Mm. Is
Yeah.
it background music every time you start to speak Spanish? A faint can be heard in the background.
Yes, sir. We gotta keep it on hand. You can't be caught slipping.
I mean, my predictions are in the next 15 years there's gonna be a war, a big one, but not for political reasons. It's for resources.
Like throughout the whole country
Yeah,
or the
some
world.
no. Some country out there, big one. I'm talking about a big fucking country. Is gonna run out of something, and they won't be able to buy it anymore. So what's the second best solution? Hey, my neighbor has
Kill
it.
the motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go steal it from them. That's my prediction for the next 15 years. I hope I'm wrong.
It's highly likely though. Especially with water having forever plastics in it now. Like,
Oh
who's to
yeah.
say what's gonna happen now? Like, who's to say what's gonna develop in the next year? Because I definitely did not think that rainwater is gonna have forever plastics in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a crazy world. But you know what's far crazier?
What? The top of the hour ad break?
So what?
Nothing.
What the fuck?
What?
No, dude. What is crazier is we're on time. We have to close the podcast.
Oh shit. Well, make sure to tune into the next episode where we hopefully find a better name for the podcast.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Make sure to tell your grandma about this. You know, and getting the insight on what the youth think is very important. Make sure to check up on your loved ones. Hey, any words, Ed?
Yeah. See you next week, idiots.